Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Mazys Garden. Air signs. I have a message for you. If you have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or North Node, this may resonate for you. If you have a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, in any other planet and or a position, whatever in your chart, and you feel like this resonates for you, then this is for you. We are going to get some what's coming into the new year, like the first 3 to 6 months. What kind of energy are we going to be playing with here for the new year? Happy New Year, everybody. I hope that your New Year's Day is going great. So we're going to do a little bit of Oracle. We're going to get some tarot. Then we are going to go into the extended. We're going to talk about money, career, finances. We're going to talk about love life and any other messages that need to come up based off of those things. So if you would like to become part of the Patreon family, link is in the description box below, or you could go up into my link tree and click Garden Patreon and get to it through there. There will be some extra stuff going on the Patreon. If you do become a member, you guys get discounts. You see videos first. There's going to be some extra stuff that I'm going to be doing on the Patreon first before I launch it anywhere else. They're kind of my like guinea pigs. So if that's something where you want to see it first, you want the exclusives, go ahead and come on and be a member. Come be part of the family. Guys, I know that the glare looks like I don't have an eyebrow, but it's there. I don't really know what's been going on with my eyebrows lately, but they're thinning. And it's wild to me because I do nothing. I don't pluck them. I barely even pluck the middle part. Like, they're just naturally thinning. I guess it's because I'm getting older. Whatever. But yeah, so there's going to be some few things that I'm going to start doing on the Patreon first. So if you guys want to become a member of that, you guys just come find me. Otherwise, let's get this started. I did something different with the earth sign placements in the beginning, so I'm gonna do it with you guys too. I might incorporate this into the readings. I just think it's something really good for the new year. I have these Tibetan singing bowls. I have the masculine and the feminine counterparts. So we are going to listen to some sounds and balance our masculine and feminine for the new year, going into the new year and getting these messages. Okay, guys? So I just want you to find some place to sit comfortably so that you could just listen to the sound for a few minutes and kind of get this integrated into your soul, your mind, body, and soul. Okay? Okay. All right, so we're going to start with the female first, the female counterpart first. Let's balance our feminine energy into 2024. Okay, guys, take a deep breath with me. Okay. And let it out. Go ahead and soak that in. What a beautiful sound they make. I love these bowls. I use them often. All right, now we're going to do the masculine portion of this. All right, the masculine counterpart, our masculine energy. Everybody has feminine and masculine, so this is not like gender-based. This is not sex-based. This is literally the feminine and masculine energies within us, okay? Our yin and our yang. All right? I hope you guys enjoyed that. I actually really love doing that. I'm going to be doing more with sound healing in the next like 6 months. You're going to be seeing stuff starting to be trickled in because your girls like just learning some new things. Okay. All right. All right. So let's get my air signs, my Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We are in the going into the later half of Capricorn energy. So my Aquariuses, you guys are up next. Also, one of the planets is moving into Aquarius. I don't know if it's Pluto, I think, is moving into Aquarius. Possibly. I don't know. I have to look more into that. All right. Just want to do a couple shuffles real quick. All right. Guys, 2024 is an 8 year, okay? 8 in numerology talks about stability. It talks about putting in work. It talks about discipline, karma. It talks about abundance, okay? And directly affected by the discipline, all right? So if you have been working on things. So 2023 was a 7 year, right? So things that we dreamed up, it was a very spiritual year, learning things, integrating things, kind of figuring things out spiritually, figuring things out in like a dream sense, figuring out, like what your goals, ideas are, but not putting too much action into it. This 8 year, if you discipline yourself and put the work in, the abundance is going to be directly correlated to how much time, effort, and discipline you put into something, okay? It's also the year of the wood dragon, which talks about and that's the Chinese New Year, talks about creativity and abundance again, and like gifts and stuff like that. I just think that abundance is going to be huge here. Wow. That's crazy. In earth sign stuff, the Phoenix was at the bottom of the deck. So you may have earth placements, or just collectively everybody's kind of going through this. This card didn't pop out in earth signs, but it was at the bottom of the deck, meaning it felt like they had gone through a major transformation, or just ending this major transformation. You guys might be embarking in this transformation here, especially 29 breaks down to 11, which is a master number, which breaks down to a 2. A lot of balance, a lot of healing. Also, 2024 is a leap year, so there's just a lot of auspicious energy. There's a lot of stuff that you can capitalize on if you do the work and you do it right, and you do it with the discipline. That's really what is going to be a major focus, is the discipline that you put behind it, the intention that you have behind things, because the 8 years ruled by Saturn, which is the Lord of Karma. So it's like you kind of reap what you sow. So make sure that you're sowing good things. Make sure that your integrity is high. Make sure that you have the right intentions, because it's not going to play. You could drown real easy in this year if you don't do the work the way you're supposed to. Oh, wow, air signs. I love this for you guys. So the Phoenix is giving me Scorpio energy. You guys may have Scorpio placements. That's it. That's what it's telling me. That's it. Even though that wanted to. Yeah, you're coming out of that. Bottom of the deck is the Fire Prince, number 40. So 4 breaks down to a 4. This says optimism, but also aggression. So you could, the way that this fire, you could have fire placements as well, but the way that this is like igniting for me, especially with the Phoenix and then the Fire Prince, the way this is feeling is, you almost have to be aggressively optimistic, okay? Especially with whatever changes are happening around you, and it may seem like things are falling apart, or it may seem like things are, breaking down. Things aren't really, it looks chaotic, right? It looks like things are falling apart. It looks like the building's on fire. It looks like everything's kind of crumbling down, like you're losing something, or, you know, something along those lines. But really it's so that things can be built up in a much more healthier, stronger foundation of things. If the Phoenix card came out, it's telling me that things kind of needed to break down. And maybe for a while now, things kind of needed to go up in flames so that you can rebuild. All right. And you need to surrender to that change and have almost like an aggressive approach to your optimism. Don't let fear, don't let the 3D aspect of what's going on deter you or stop you or change the way that you're seeing your progress. Okay. Because you have here, okay, so we have number 29, which breaks down to 11 and 2. We have number 34, which breaks down to a 7. Okay, 7 is a very spiritual number. 7, you know, tapping into your higher consciousness. This is the winged wise ones. It literally says angelic help. All right, miraculous aid. Okay. I'm hearing the breakdown, or you surrendering to the breakdown, or you surrendering to some type of change is like just in the nick of time, or something came in just in the nick of time. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. Like it came in like right at that last second. What do they call that? Like a Hail Mary or something like that? Like, and I know in football they call that like the Hail Mary. I believe like something comes in just in the nick of time, just as like the last buzzer is about to go or whatever. There's a saying for when something happens like that. I also have the spirit dancer, and that's in number 5, so it doesn't break it down to anything else. This talks about change with the Phoenix here, and the number 5, major transformation happening in someone's life. Okay, you may be going through a spiritual awakening. Air signs. And if you've already had a spiritual awakening, you're going through another level of ascension. There's like another level that's happening here for you guys. And I want you to be very mindful about what's breaking down so that you don't build it back up to have to go through the same cycle of having to break it back down. That's really kind of, but again, because of the angelic help here, the winged wise ones, you know, your spirit team dialed in, logged on. Like, that's how I'm hearing it. Like, the spirit team's logged on. You dialed in. You turned it on. You're going through, someone here is going through a spiritual awakening. Like, it's beyond, like, this is like the original, like, I don't want to say the original, like the initial awakening, your initial enlightenment. You are starting to recognize the signs, synchronicities. You're starting to recognize the patterns in your life that are holding you back, that are no longer serving you, that are keeping you stuck and stagnant in some type of cycle that obviously needed to change. And I think because of this awakening, because of this transformation that's happening within you, you are starting to recognize it and change it, especially with the 5 being here. There's like major change happening here, especially with your stability. You may come out far more stronger, more stable. Your emotions, your mental, all of that may change drastically in the next like 3 months, I want to say. You may have really been going through it at the end of the year here. And now like your spirit team has like entered the chat. They're like, hey, we're here. We were just waiting for you to surrender because you were fighting it for a really long time. And now we can do what needs to be done. All right. Which is kind of funny. Okay. You may have fought it a little bit, especially with the fire prince at the bottom here, and it talks about aggression. You might have put up a fight a little bit, like, no, I don't want to. I don't want to do it, which I'm actually very surprised when it comes to air signs, because you guys are a very adaptable elemental group. You guys typically are very like changeable or easily adapting to new ideas or like integrating like newness. So the fact that you were resisting, I don't know, maybe you guys have either Scorpio placements, which is fixed. I mean, Aquarius is also fixed. So you guys could have just been very stubborn about maybe what you wanted or what you wanted your life to look like, and you kind of had to change that. All right, let's see. What other kind of messages do we have here for the first 3 to 6 months? Oh, wow. You're being called to take control, and we're gonna go deeper into this in the extended, obviously, because there's a whole portion in this, but you're being asked to take control of your finances. You need to really control like emotional spending or putting yourself in some type of lack. Okay, there's something here about some type of lack. Just controlling. It's like emotional spending is really what I feel. So guys, just be mindful of that. You may also be in a place where you're contemplating. You could be really contemplating possibly becoming your own boss, your own entrepreneur. You may also be kind of going over this past year and kind of looking at the regrets or what has transpired, but there's something about like regret, or there's something about like, well, this didn't work out, or these things didn't work out. Maybe you've been working towards something. And it had to break down, or it didn't work out the way that you wanted it to. So you guys are kind of like moving into, and again, with the I have the 4 of challenges, which is the 4 of swords. This is giving me very much like you're going through something spiritual right now. You were trying to, again, I really feel like you were trying to control something in the last half of 2023. You were trying to control some type of breakdown, or you were trying to control something like an outcome. You know what I mean? You were trying to like either force something to happen or try to get something to happen before it was time for it to happen. Okay. And, I think what's really going to help you, what's going to help you find peace, is releasing the control, all right? Kind of allowing, like surrendering and allowing things to, like allowing your spirit team to kind of take the reins here, to like take the steering wheel, and change your perception on like what's been going on. This feels like kind of like a dark night of the soul. Like you kind of need to go within and realize like your inner power. Yeah, there's something about your inner power here, especially with the Forest Lord, which is the Emperor that came out here. This is definitely something about your like gaining inner power again, focusing on building yourself up through this transformation, through this. It's like coming out on the other side of the spiritual awakening, recognizing you're a little bit different. Your perception's different. Things aren't quite the same. And you're finding a level of peace within yourself, or you've come to terms with needing to speak your truth, needing to move in your truth, needing to do something that feels right. Because I feel like you've been controlling or holding back somehow on doing what feels right, and you're kind of in a little bit of regret. Yeah, you've been thinking about this. You've been kind of paying attention to it. I think you've also been trying to learn more about yourself, more about like why you feel the way that you feel, why maybe you've been holding on to things the way that you've been holding on to them. There's definitely a level of learning here. Again, this feels very much like an awakening. It feels very much like you kind of realizing a few things. I have the Empress at the bottom of the deck and the Emperor is out here. So you may be realizing where you should pour your time, energy, and resources into, where things are going to create balance into your life, where like that time, energy, and resources are like well spent. And it could be with somebody, but this feels more so like your own self. Like, again, maybe this is you balancing out your masculine and your feminine, okay? Being able to attract things that are meant for you in your feminine, and then taking action in your masculine to build on them, to invest in them, to, you know, create, like just build on the abundance of that creation. Yeah, you guys are walking in, listen, you're walking away from this lack mindset, this feeling left out in the cold, financially, emotionally, physically, like any kind of insecurities or anything like that. You're detaching from how that used to, like how you used to think. You're detaching from how you used to feel, how you used to operate in that lower frequency. And you're moving away from that. You're no longer like identifying. That's really what it feels like. Like you're no longer identifying with the struggle. You're no longer identifying with the lack. Okay. And you're moving into this brand new beginning. And I love this. This is the Fool card in this one, but it says the White Heart. And I love this because it gives such sign of hope. To me, I don't know why, but it gives such sign of hope. Again, auspicious, which is very much this year. You guys might be paying attention to something or learning about something or putting in effort to learn something. And it may be something to do with your finances. Maybe like, you know, just financial responsibility, something along those lines. But again, I think this is more about learning about yourself, introspection, dark night of the soul. You're going through an enlightenment here. You really are. There's an awakening process that's happening. And I think you're starting to figure out what's really going to make you emotionally happy. What's going to bring you happiness? What path do you need to take in order to get to this happiness? What is going to help with that? And then using your intuition and moving that way, because it might not be easy. It might not be easy. Air sign, especially with the keeper, the weaver of challenges, which is you guys showing up. This might not be easy for you. Okay. You might really have to like dig deep to move forward, because there may be some things where there's been obstacles, or there's been just a lot of hardships, or it just feels like every turn you take, you meet a dead end, and that's about to change. It's really about to change. And again, it's about your perception on what's happening. You're no longer going to resonate with the lack. Guys are going through a whole awakening here. All right, let me just see with the what's the tea. What's the tea deck? Let's just see. Any other messages before we head into the extended spirit? Any other messages for my air signs before we head into... You guys might have Aries placements. Guys, if you're going through something, like if you have kids with somebody and you're going through something with them, I feel like there's like a cyclic pattern here that you could feel very like played out, or like somebody keeps doing the same thing over and over again, and now you're bringing it to a higher level of help or whatever. You could be, you know, getting the courts involved, getting a third party involved here to like help you facilitate something to do with children, your child. Somebody's trying to get info on you. Somebody's trying to make up some type of false narrative, maybe about you and your children, or using children against you in some way. Okay, so be very, very careful about that. Somebody may be also trying to maybe somebody faked a pregnancy. Yeah. I feel like maybe just be careful. Someone may fake a pregnancy or something along those lines this year. So just be very careful who you're who you're involving yourself with, who you're sharing your body with. If you guys don't want anything like that to happen or be at risk, please use protection, you know, all of that good stuff. But there's definitely something here where somebody is pretending, very much pretending. Okay, they may be studying you a little bit to try to see how to get into your good graces, or to see how they can like either copy you or, you know, be you in some way, or like embody like the energy that you have. But yeah, I don't know. But that it's getting old. Something's getting old. If someone's trying to use kids against you, it's getting old. Like you're no longer, again, it's like you're no longer subscribing to the bullshit or to the lack mindset or to anything negative, and you're moving away from that. Yeah, moving on. Thank you. Next. Yeah. All right, let's move into the extended. That's where we're gonna go talk about money, career, finances. We're going to pull specifically onto your love life and see what that's all about. I'm going to use a bunch of different decks. Depending on what comes out, I might use some other decks to get other messages. It really depends on what the reading is and what spirit needs to come out. All right, guys? So if you're following me over to the Patreon, links in the description box or up in the link tree, I'll see you guys over there. And if I don't see you over in the Patreon, air signs, I love you guys so very much. I hope you enjoyed this read. Comment, like, subscribe, all the good things, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.